is going to be a lot of the screen that you're going to see when you sit down to work on a game. Unity, I recommend you download it sometime over the next week. Because I'm not going to be here next week, we'll start using it in probably 2 weeks. But download it, poke around with it, see what kind of things you can make work with it. If you don't know what's going on, Unity is a very frustrating system to use. So we're going to try to walk through simple procedures, simple ways to make it work. It is a game engine. An engine is a way of making a lot of things for a game that let other people modify it, use it within their games. So it's a three-dimensional physics game engine, and it pre-programs a lot of physics. If you're going to go into game development, you might be building engines. You might be needing to know tons of stuff about physics and how it works, how things interact, making all those fit together, but most of the time there's already engines built, and you're going to be picking them up and using them and saying, I don't have to study 3 years of physics to be able to make a game. Those are the engine developers, not the tool developers and not the game designers. So in this class, we're going to pick up one of those engines. There's lots of engines. There's the Quake engine. There's the Unreal 3D engine. There's lots of engines that you could pick up from people to say, this is how physics works. You did all the hard stuff. Now we're going to use it to make other things happen. Another thing you'll notice as we go in this course, we don't program everything from scratch. Most of the time, if you've been doing stuff maybe from scalable software or other courses and you want to make something happen on the screen and you want all these objects, you have to define the object classes, create the objects, have some main method that runs everything. That is all gone when you sit down and start to use an engine. It's a component-based architecture. You start dropping in your objects, and someone else invisible is in charge of instantiating them, running them, putting them together. You could take on some of that responsibility yourself, but you're not going to be programming everything. It's a different way of programming than you might have experienced before, where you had to do everything yourself. This is what happens when you jump into a tool set. There's a lot of other things out there. So I have some cubes. I was just playing around with it, demoing some stuff. And then you play the game. You've got cameras. Things move around. All the physics was pre-programmed. I just threw in some objects and it moves them around. We will see how this works and make games using Unity this semester. So go ahead and download that. Let's talk about your first assignment. So your first assignment, Lab 0. We always start with counting 0. We're computer scientists. So Lab 0, tell me about yourself. Just fill out a simple form. So I have a record of who you are, what your experiences is, what you want to learn from this class. Lab 1, I need you all to have a good foundation in games. Let's see if my wireless connection is working. Cross your fingers. There we go. Okay, so games, you can get them in a lot of places. Video games, most commonly these days, you buy them digitally. You don't go to a store and buy games. It used to be the old way to do it. Now you download them. And a great place to buy games is Steam. How many of you have heard of Steam? Raise your hand. How many of you have a Steam account? Wonderful. Step 1 is done for you. Step 1, download Steam. So, check. You're 20% done with this lab. So, I need you to buy some games on Steam. There is no textbook, but I do want you to buy some games on Steam and spend a little bit of money. It's less than you would on a typical textbook, and it's the most I'll have you spend all semester. So, that's our plan for this lab. There are a few games I need you to download for a phone, either Android or iOS, and they're going to be free games. So if you don't have an iPhone or an Android device, find someone who does, encourage them to download this game so you can play it for this lab. But that's step 1. Step 2 is a website called Twitch. How many of you have heard of Twitch? Twitch, okay, almost all of you. If you haven't, Twitch is a way to broadcast yourself playing a game. You pick a game and say, I'm going to sit down and play Limbo, League of Legends. A lot of people play League of Legends and stream themselves. It's a whole entertainment industry now. People are getting scholarships to go to college to play League of Legends on different teams, just like a sport. And people watch this like they do sporting events. So you can broadcast yourself. Anybody can broadcast themselves for free to play a game. How many of you have watched things on Twitch? How many of you have broadcast yourself on Twitch? Some of you. Okay, by the end of this lab, all of you will be broadcasting yourself on Twitch. So sign up for our Twitch channel. That lets you stream stuff. Step 3. OBS is an open broadcast system. It's the one I downloaded, and I know it works. If you have another favorite one that you want to use, you can, but you need to have some way to broadcast yourself on Twitch. So, steps 1, 2, and 3, get all of your tools ready. And step 4, play some games. These are the games that I would like you to purchase and experience. I tried to pick a variety from a lot of different genres that have some different mechanics going on. There is Dota, the MOBA. Every Day the Same Dream. It's a free one on the web. Just search for it. Euphoria, FTL, Limbo, Lollipop 3, Plague Incorporated, Portal, Rockets, Ticket to Ride, and Year Walk. Has anybody played all of these games? Wonderful. Everybody has something new to learn. Question?
I was just counting how many are there.
There are 11 games, and the price shouldn't be more than $60 for all of them put together.
I should have done this like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, oh no! I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Hopefully they'll go on sale. I just finalized them last week. Sorry. I had to make sure I downloaded them all and played them to make sure they're okay. Some of them might be, well, scary. Let's say that. If you don't want to watch yourself die horrible ways, then you want to prepare yourself for Limbo. You will die in very horrible ways. Most of the time you die and you're Mario and you're like, oh, I died. But in Limbo, it's kind of gruesome. So watch out for that. I've not played Dead Space. I think that's the only one that might have some kind of trigger warning. Otherwise, I think we're all good. Question, Mark.
So you're supposed to stream all the ones that says, oh, that says Steam.
It does say Steam.
Yes, Steam. I just tried to tell you where.
Are you supposed to stream yourself playing all of those?
So there are 11 games. I want you to try to invest 20 minutes each. If you've never played it before, you're teaching yourself how that game works, trying to find those categories that we just went through, those 8 categories, and I want you to Twitch yourself playing one of them for that 20 minutes. I don't want you to Twitch yourself playing them all. You can if you really love to do that, but I just need to see you twitching one game. There's a beginner guide to game streaming. It's helpful to get you up to speed. Here's some other help with OBS and Twitch. Test that out early. I'll be available until Monday of next week. I should be here, but then I won't be here for that week afterwards. Try to get that set up this afternoon or tomorrow so that you can have some kind of Twitch streaming going on. Okay, make sure you're archiving your broadcast. This is not done by default, but you just need to click a button to say save my broadcast. Otherwise, you'll Twitch and it disappears, and I won't be able to grade it.
Oh, so you're going to watch these?
I will watch you Twitch. Yeah.
Oh, no.
So you can mark your channel for mature audiences if you want to swear while you play the games. It happens sometimes. It's up to you. But yes, I will be watching you Twitch. I mean, whenever you Twitch, there's some kind of audience. I am streaming this class right now. So who knows what kind of audience we have. Nobody has chatted. We probably have no audience at all. Oh, it's so sad. But
We should all get on the Twitch chat.
That's still Kappa.
you should. Misspelled what? What did I misspell? No? Okay. I thought I misspelled something. Okay. So that's the plan. I need you to play 11 games because I want us all to have the similar experiences so we can have conversations. Say, hey, remember that game of Euphoria? This is what was going on. And I want you to think about something from each game that you might want to learn in this class. Some kind of element. Like, I want to see how this kind of action happens in Limbo. How does somebody actually make that work? I can't guarantee we will do everything. There are some things that are going to be beyond us for one semester, but we'll do what we can. I have not set up the Moodle for this class yet, but that's how I want you to post a link of your broadcast once you're done. I'm going to try to set up a discussion board so that you can post it and other people can watch you Twitch simultaneously or watch your broadcasted archive of what's going on. Okay, so you're going to analyze this using a Google form. You sit down, you play a game, you click the game, you tell me the objective you found, the theme, the genre, some kind of resource, some procedure, and some rule, and what you want to learn from it. So after you play those games for 20 minutes, fill out this form, submit that. We'll analyze that the following Tuesday. Not this next Tuesday, but once everybody's done it. So I need this done by Monday so that I can try to aggregate these results and have you summarize the experiences of everybody playing Limbo. What did everybody think the genre was? What kind of things do people want to learn? That's what we're going to do next Tuesday. Just have a good conversation with all of this foundational information, getting us on the same page, and then we'll talk about what are the roles when somebody sits down to play a game, who's involved. You're going to be joining teams with people by the end of the semester, making a game, what has to happen to really make the game happen, and then we'll start jumping into Unity development and building things, watching things come together and see how the games work. Any questions about that? Okay, so when you Twitch, it is good to be talking. You want to be describing the situation that's happening. It's kind of a boring Twitch to just watch somebody push buttons. You've got that little box. You're going to be sharing, seeing what's going on, describing that situation. Whoa, what the hell is that? Why is that box there? You're going to be talking about that stuff. So if you're not sure what's going on, I have a Twitch broadcast of me playing Limbo. You can watch that. So I went through this experience too. If you're like, I'm totally embarrassed, I don't want to be on Twitch. Well, I did it. You can watch it. You can all watch me play Limbo and destroy myself over and over and over again.
Did you finish the whole thing, like on Twitch?
No, I only recorded about 8 minutes.
Oh.
Yeah, and then I was like, damn, this is hard. But I'll come back. I keep coming back to it. Okay, any questions? Then I think we're good for today. If you want to try to install some software, try to install it now, and I'll be here to help poke things around, make it work. Otherwise, I will see you in about a week and a half. Good luck. Play those games.
So there's two versions of Euphoria, actually. There's Euphoria and Euphoria HD, which is...
You don't need Euphoria HD.
Okay.
Just buy the basic one.
Well, I have both.
Oh, okay.
I looked on the list and I was like, I already own 6 of these, so...
So you don't, yeah. Just look at the basic one, because that one's cheaper. I don't want everybody to spend too much money.
So,
Question.
Is there any place that we can find a Unity Pro key that you might have dropped on the floor?
I will have Unity Pro installed in the lab on those machines, and because I'm buying them,
serials on the
because I'm buying Unity for the lab, it'll make a discount for you if you want to buy an educational version.
Alright.
And it might be like $30 or $40, maybe $70 for the year instead of the huge amount it costs. But you can have a Unity free license, and everything we'll do is probably going to be using Unity free. There might be a couple things where I say, okay, go to the lab and learn about nav mesh and all these things and bake things. But most of the time we'll be using Unity free. Okay.
I'll see you on Twitch.
Okay. Let's see if this worked.